Do you have audio?
Can you hear me, Brett?
There we go. Yes.
Hey,
Good to see you, Heather and Sharon and Derek. Heather, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. It's 12, so um, we'll go ahead and have you get us started. Okay, so I'm going to hit record. Let's see. Oh, we're already on recording. And stop share. There we go. And I see Hank in the background with Sharon.
Hey there.
Quick, cover the camera.
I did.
Quick, cover the camera. Hank's on the couch.
No, he's not.
beautiful. Just taking over mission controls here. And let me know when you've got contact, Houston.
Yep, I can see your screen. Got the pink real secret slide up.
Perfect. And love to see everybody hop in the chat box and let us know where you're coming in from and any accolades you wish to give to the tribe. As always, it's a pleasure to welcome you into the Wevo conversation. And hopefully it is becoming not just an hour a week. Hey, hello from SNH, Shank and Heron, Sharon and Hank. Derek, welcome aboard. And remind everyone where you're dialing in from along with your hellos would be great. And as I was saying, hopefully this is becoming not just an hour here or there, Monday morning power breakfast, Tuesday set mastery of your intention, Wednesday getting into the real secret. Hey, Sedona, lucky all of you. Brett from the center of the universe, your universe, as you taught us, I think last week, as we all are reporting from the center of our own universe. I got that. I
love it.
I'm teachable and and I'm ramping it up. So my role I was going to say this morning, this afternoon, is to warm you up, ramp you up, see how you're integrating the Wevo real secret for you so far. And I'm going to do that in two very simple ways. The first is as the slides cycle, there we go, is to ask you, jumping straight into the deep end from your best memory in the chat box, what are the 8 Wevo DNA? I feel like this is a game show, but it is the new rules of our life and business game. And to remember that this isn't just about remember the Wevo blueprint, but remembering it's the 8 Wevo DNA that create what you want in life and business. And that is the key of all of this. It's all of our life and business progression curve. A quick hint, there are 4 inner game and 4 outer game, or 4 inner game and 4 interactions and 4 interactions, tongue twisters. So I'm giving you lots of space and pause and time to set you up for success while I'm looking for those answers coming in the chat box. Looking forward to seeing some before I unveil the magic curtains. Even one would make it peanut butter. Brett, peanut butter is an interaction. I love it. Hello, creators, to you, Jason. Indeed, leadership, number 1 of 8, coming in for a home run. Sharon and Hank, good on you. Greetings to Jason. It's quiz of the week. Not for us, but for you. Consciousness, look at this, double or nothing. Jason and Derek, you better roll up your sleeves and get in there. Hello, Jason brother from another mother. All right, culture. And there's 3 for 8. Look at this. Networking. Go, Sharon and or Hank. Are we going to start? It's like racehorses. Jason and Derek, any coming? Hey, look at you. Authenticity. I love that. That is half of another one of them, which was actually put in originally. Personal growth, look at us. Yes, authenticity. If you just took authenticity, Derek, you would be winning. And it happens to be a handle with leadership. Chocolate, yay, along with get your peanut butter out of my chocolate. Get your chocolate out of my peanut butter. Okay, am I dating myself with that ad?
Not at all. I'm with you, Heather.
Okay, great. I'm seeing your chocolate and your yeses. Business growth. Yes, it was originally one of the 8, and it still might come back that way. Brett and I have been having a behind the scenes discussion of that. Where's business growth gone? And he said all 8 of them are for business growth. And I'm like, all right. Jason, accurate thought. I love it. Accurate action, thought, results. Mastermind, wellness, look at us going. Personal evolution, rocking it and knocking it out of the ballpark. All righty. Beautiful job, everyone. And let's just dial it in and see how well we did. And in fact, very well. So as promised, 4 inner actions or inner game. Consciousness, absolutely, we got the consciousness of what or connection to what. And here come the specific phrases. I took a little poetic license to shorten them a little. Hopefully Brett will still talk to me after, but I thought I'd just try with less words as just a different alternate and to see it that much clearer potentially. So connect consciousness of what or connection to what? Divinity, others, self, and planet. Loving it and loving the chocolate and peanut butter coming into the chat box together to get what you want in life. Absolutely. We got the 9th. I think very good. The 9th bonus. Love it. Personal evolution, which we had, or personal growth, either one. And tuning into not just, okay, I'm going to take another course. I'm growing. I think, what am I going to learn? I learned something today. And I love this concept that Brett brings to it is, oh, what is the evolved version of me that I want to get to know? It's like my new best friend that I keep future pacing out into and going, oh, wow, what about this version of Heather? What about this version of Jason and Sharon and Derek and Hank and Brett, etc. So love that spin on personal evolution. Authentic giver, those 4 G's, mothers and brothers and sisters, Yeva. Give first, give often, and or consistently. Give big, give back or forward. Loving those for sure. And on the coming in on the home run, the theme we just kicked off this week on the wellness. And love, Jason, that you were picking up on a theme from yesterday. Congruency really brings wellness. And so it's that congruency across your mental, physical, emotional, financial, etc. wellness, or harmony or congruence between your subconscious, what it's telling you, and what your conscious is doing. Various ways to look at it, multifaceted jewel, and good on us. Second round, coming in on the interactions or outer game. This is good for my enunciation. Authentic and leadership together, and or any one of them. Well, we definitely don't want inauthentic leadership, but authenticity as, was it Derek or Jason brought in as a word on its own, as Derek did, as great merit. So genuine and appropriately transparent. So we're not sharing about all our dirty laundry. Having said that, if we've had relevant struggles, we could share them while we turn it right back to making it all about them in our genuine desire for them to succeed up the exponential life and business curve or progression. Wonderful. Attracting tribe, which is what we're experiencing right now. Accurate action attracts tribe. And there was accurate thought from Jason. So there's the accurate thought and action twinned together, attracting tribe. Harmonic culture. We had culture coming in earlier on the chat box. Unity as a foundation for collaboration. So if I know you, if I get to know what you like, it's going to be easier for me to help you. It's also going to be a more natural desire to help you. I'm just meeting all kinds of new people. One woman who may be joining our Wevo tribe came from Russia 20 years ago and succeeded in North America. And now she started Immigrant Women for Business. And because she wants to pay that forward to new immigrant women and succeeding. There's another fella in that may be coming into the tribe that I've been speaking to. He's a musician. He was struggling. Then he figured out the money game. And now it's his turn to give back with a monthly open mic night and private invitation, My Empire Networking. So just 2 examples of once we meet people and we know what they're about, it's more natural that we want to collaborate. So that unity is a foundation of collaboration. And coming in for the home run, aligned effort and energy. Who doesn't want our life easier as opposed to not? And that is very much experienced in the mastermind, where two or more are gathered in harmony for a common purpose. Magic happens. So let the magic continue. One final. So that was your one warm up, second and only before I tag team with Brett warm up. Does anybody remember, before I click very quickly to the next slide, which one we kicked off with last week? So 2 weeks ago, we covered the 8 in highlights. Last week, Brett went deep on one of the 8. Quick memory last week on which one of the 8 DNA that was. Any guesses? Welcome in the chat box. Going once, going twice. Ooh, sold to the pause of the internet. I'm sure you're typing something. Can I wait? I want to wait. I will wait. Coming through. Guesses are welcome. Ooh, there we go. Authentic leadership is hitting a home run. All right. Very good, Sharon Andor, Hank, and Wevo DNA. So my one and final question, which was really Brett's invitation last week as he went deep on authentic leadership, was to ask you, this was one of your key play work around leadership, was to ask yourself, not just generic answers like health, wealth, and happiness, though all those are fine, and more specifically, and we want to invite you now to put in the chat box, what specifically, true to you, are the major areas of importance in your life? Final question that I want to jumpstart you with, bridge from last week into this. So even if you're like, I didn't do my play work, we love you, it's all good. And we want to set you up for success and not have you miss this window. So right now, even if it's draft, you have poetic license to change your life, but love to see 1, 2, 3 specific major areas of importance in your life. Honest and open communication coming in. First one across the plate, Jason Mayer. All right, honest and open communication. Relationships, bless every one of them for all of us forevermore. Beautiful, Jason. If there's any more for you, lead by example. I love that. Your accurate thought turns into accurate action very quickly. Love your top 3, Jason. Truly, specific, custom to you. I can feel your ownership of them. Your exclamation marks, your excitement. Derek coming in, physical, mental, financial, health equals happiness. Beautiful articulation of your custom focus for you. You're welcome, Jason. We are team, and this is why we gather. Authentic relationships. Love your twinning of that. And in your own time, maybe it's over a good glass of wine. I'd love to hear what that really means for you. And or what the opposite might be, Sharon. Feel free to add contrast or preference in the chat box if it feels good or relevant to you right now. And if any other final call, Derek's got in if you're wanting to, Sharon. And when you're doing that, I'm going to tag team to Brett, and just a quick visual to say, I don't partner with everybody. As the founder of Rewired Worldwide, I've been courted a lot, and that's both personally and professionally, but I will keep it professional for now, which is to say, oh, Heather, I'd love to do business with you, or I'm launching this business opportunity, or I'm launching this tribe, or I'm launching this, love to have your participation. You're a I can go on. You get the idea. And 95% of them, at least, if not higher, don't pass my filters. Not that my filters are perfect, but I have them. I'm very conscious of what they are. Among other things, integrity, track record of results production. Did I say integrity? Yes. Integrity, I'm going to say it again. Track record of results, clarity of vision, clarity of vehicle, platform, blueprint to roll out that vision, if not already results. So those are just some of mine. And that's why I said yes to this man to contribute humbly and hopefully impactfully to the leadership of the growing Wevo global tribe. And what perfect timing as Brett also came in with his top, Wevo Global realized romance, recreation, spiritual, physical, financial, and philanthropy, however you want to put the accent on the right syllable. So without further ado, with that partnership and image before you, I let go of the slide share and tag team with great pride and gusto to our fearless leader, Brett Labit.
Heather, great job. And you took the slide away from me just a little bit early. I was relishing the friendship and the partnership and the energy of us working together, living together, playing together, experiencing this planet together. And so very, very grateful for all that you do. Heather, if you don't mind, would you just please share with people the best way to engage with you and Rewired if they want to reach out and connect further?
I most certainly will. Thank you. And this is the quickest way for sure. And soon I will be, that is where you can get a mini success cycle immediately. And after you get that, you can connect with me. Soon I will be sharing Rewired Worldwide, and that's where you can connect to me, book my calendar, get lots of freebies in business and sales and happiness. But for now, that's your best doorway. Get that mini success cycle, book yourself a date with yourself and then with me, and I look forward to supporting you to your highest and best. Over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, dear. All right, gang, we're going to jump right in. So glad that you are on the call and fully attentive. I believe in all of my heart, if you pay attention to this information and you apply it, you're going to get what you want in life. I really do. I've experienced that. My life is not without struggle. My life is not without opportunity to improve. My life is not maybe in the schema of what people might call perfection, but I will tell you that I am happy, that I am on purpose, that I am progressing. And my happiness is derived from the progress that I'm making. And the progress towards what? The progress towards my definite purpose, through my definite plan, the understanding and awareness of accurate habits and activities and my application of those, and the understanding and awareness of accurate thoughts, my principles, my virtues. When Heather brilliantly outlined the 8 Wevo DNA, in that outline, what she was able to do is really talk about this getting to know the evolved version of you. The more we become congruent with that person, the happier we'll be, the more we'll find what we call Wevo Baha'i, belonging, attainment, happiness, and inner peace. Now, when I originally constructed, architected, or downloaded this information from all of the sources, a lot of it sensory, a lot of it input, most of it comes from observing life. I'm at a phase in life where I actually observe cause and effect diligently. So if I say this and you respond, then the content of my words, the energy that I'm in, the vibration of the words, the essence of my presence in the conversation is creating a reaction. It's creating an effect. If I make a business decision, it has an effect. If I make a financial decision, it has an effect. And so what I'm at this phase of life, I'm really observing, very aware of cause and effect. And that is part of the evolution process of becoming that man that I see, that human that I see, as the evolved version of me. So through all the download of this information, the real secret was created. And I had experienced returns, many, many beautiful returns and success in my life from applying this information. At this phase of life, I'm applying it to create global change. So there are a whole new set of effects that happen. There are a whole new set of outcomes, and there's a whole new set of application and accurate thought. And it's a wonderful evolution. It really is amazing to really go from, hey, I got this down for myself, to now, how do we bring this to the rest of the world? More importantly, why do we bring this to the rest of the world? And really give you, if you choose, and by being on this webinar, I believe to some degree you're choosing. You're choosing to, at least at the bare minimum, be present for this 1 hour. And I want to congratulate you for that. It's very, very important. What I would ask for you to do to deepen the connection and to deepen these principles into your own life is to get very real and for us to have a very real conversation. So this could get to a point where it really digs a little bit into certain parts and areas of life. And in some ways, it may not. So what I want to do is I want to go through this information. I want to ask you to be fully present. And I want to ask you to engage the information and feel it. And then see how this translates to creating real change in your life. At the end of the day, what I hope, what my prayer is for every day, is that what we're sharing, what we're doing, and the time we spend together becomes extremely relevant towards this one line of getting what you want, the real secret to get what you want. So what Heather ended her session with is what is it that you're after? If I just use mine for an example, the things that are important to me, the major areas of life. These are the major areas or segments in your life that are important to you. My spirituality is important to me, and it's my spirituality. So I'm going to define that, know what it looks like, and I'm going to evolve it. Romance is important to me, so I define, evolve, and know what that looks like. Financial is important to me. Realizing Wevo Global as a global organization impacting the world in multiple different facets. There's a very clear vision and picture in my heart of what that looks like. And philanthropy is so important to me, right? And so recreation, how I spend my time and energy outside of the love work that I do. So for you, I hope you've defined those clearly. If you haven't done the work from last week, I invite you to consider doing that. What you want to do is take massive and immediate action each week so that you build the new hypnotic rhythm of aligning yourself to that evolved version of you as we progress. And from that, what's going to happen is you're going to get in congruence with that person and start to realize more of what you want. If you're already seeing a good amount of success, this is only going to enhance it because there's solid principles and virtues for you to further that. So what I want to ask you in the chat box is just give me a yeah, let's do it if you're on board with that and you're ready to be fully present and ready to take action in life. And I'd like to see that. So thank you for that. I'm going to open the chat here. On board, Heather, I appreciate that. Jason, thank you. Ready? Yes. All right. We're in great shape then. Then we've got a great foundation to start from. So let's get into this, okay? What is the real secret? Just quick review. The real secret is a formula of 4 interactions that are called Wevo DNA. And you guys know this. Applying these DNA will be the catalyst. These words, I really want you to feel. Applying, not just learning, applying these DNA will be the catalyst or the resonance from you as the center of the universe. They'll be the resonance to empower the law of reciprocity in a positive way so that you can bring more of what you want into your life. Make sense? I gotta figure out my chat life. Heather, you'll have to get me straight.
Hey, Brett, a quick question.
Yes.
Easier than chat. Do you see a difference between law of reciprocity and law of attraction? And if so, what?
I really don't, Heather, to be honest.
Okay. Just wanted to get the lingo.
I believe they are one in the same law. The reciprocity actually implies that something goes out and something comes in. And that's why I like the law of reciprocity better. And I don't dislike the law of attraction. The law of attraction is an overarching, and then the law of reciprocity applies an action. The resonance is what's going out and what's coming back. So thanks for the question.
Yeah, very good distinction though. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Heather did a wonderful job. You'll notice you'll probably see that the body of the 4 interactions change, or they're the same every week, and the 4 interactions. But what I want you to realize is there is a plethora of information around these interactions and interactions. So each week, I'm going to share a little different verbiage for you to take. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. So go ahead and capture the screen, take a picture, do whatever you need to do. But I'm going to highlight a couple, just one highlight in this. Evolve maturity. There's a new word this week. Evolve maturity. Should be evolved, actually. I need a D on there. But evolved maturity. There's an evolved version of you that is worth getting to know. The authentic giver, I want to say it a different way this week. Essence of genuine giving. Give grace, give freedom, give encouragement, give empowerment, and give value. This is good stuff. We could end right here. And if you just meditate on that one sentence, it will create influence for you, which is today's webinar. So give grace, give freedom, encouragement, empowerment, and value. The 4 interactions: authentic leadership, attract tribe, harmonic culture, align effort and energy. Now, 2 highlights in this one. We're obviously working on authentic leadership, and today is all about influence, and influence is today's capital. Okay? The other one I want to point your attention to, this is one that it's going to take a little to wrap our minds around. But I continue to evolve this concept and idea and realize that the true mastermind, you're at the center of the universe, and everything and anything is part of the mastermind. It's collective consciousness. This is not about getting, I'm always in this balance of spirituality and practicality. And what I want to share here in this is that whether you know it or not, you are constantly in a mastermind. Your 5 closest friends, your sensory input, it's all part of the mastermind. I'll let you chew on that. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Maybe at another time, we'll get into a deeper conversation about that. But remember, if you visualize you at the center of the universe, your universe, and all of your input, all of your sensory, everything coming in is creating your collective thought. So we move in sync to achieve what others want, what we want, and what the planet wants. That's the mastermind. So influence. Today's webinar is on influence. Before I go any further, are there any questions, thoughts, comments, observations on what we just discussed? We can just go ahead and throw them in the chat. We'll answer them as we go. Even though I tend to be having lots of opportunity in chat, which I love. Heather will get me straight at some point. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. So everything rises and falls on leadership. This is under the main topic in Wevo DNA of authentic leadership. I just want you to just think about this for a moment and feel this. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Whose leadership? Your leadership. Why your leadership? I don't think I'm a leader, Brett. I was told I was not a leader. I was a follower. I've been insecure my whole life. Whatever it is. Or, oh yes, I am a leader. I'm a manager at a company. So I was told I was a leader. Everything rises and falls on leadership. What do you mean by everything? Your relationship, your intimate relationships. And we won't get into this, what intimate means right now, but there's a series coming on that. We'll talk about that at some point. But everything rises and falls on leadership. Your finances, your business success, your personal success, how you feel, it all rises and falls on leadership. You, as an authentic leader, at the center of your entire life, your entire world, your entire universe. Authentic leadership leads to influence. Authentic leadership leads to influence. So it stands to reason one of the most important works we can do is to align ourselves and be congruent and authentic inside of our own leadership, because it's going to lead to influence, and influence comes from real connection. Influence comes from real connection, and real connection is 100% about the other person. Now, what do we need influence for? The major areas of life. Take a look at your major areas of life. How do you accomplish the things that you aspire to and are intentional about? Your network, your tribe determines your net worth. Not your personal value of yourself, but it does determine a lot of life worth. Your tribe determines your net worth and a lot of what you will perceive as life worth. Your relationships, your travel experiences, the groups that you belong to, the causes you support. Your tribe is determining a lot of your life worth. Not your worth as an individual. You determine that. So, influence is for the purpose of turning your dreams in your major areas of importance into reality. So, influence is extremely important. And the key to influence is authentic leadership. The outcome of influence, you attract tribe, and you activate the tribe through aligned effort and energy to help them get what they want, for you to get what you want, and to make the world better. Do those three things every single day. Attract tribe, activate the tribe through aligned effort and energy, make the world better. And then have a nice tea on the patio and feel good about what you've achieved. If we're doing those three things, helping people get what they want, getting what we want, and making the world better, I really don't know that there is much else outside of that. I'm not going to say or speak in an absolute, but my perception, there's not much else outside of that. Help people get what they want, I get what I want, and we make the world better. And when I say make the world better, I'm talking about more unity, more harmony, more of what the world wants, a better planet, sustainable planet. We live here on this planet, and we need to be mindful and aware of that. It's part of the agreements. But that's what we mean by making the world better. So what is influence? You want to now know the score in your own life, okay? Influence is people listen to what you say, they act on what you say, tell others what you say, and get others to act on what you say. Now, can that be negative and positive, or so-called negative and positive? I want to hear from you. Can it be both, or is it just positive? Just go ahead and throw it in the chat. What do you feel? Both. Heather says both. Hank and Sharon say both. How about the rest of you? Go ahead and put in the chat what you feel. Is it negative, positive, both? Okay. Well, thank you too for putting in the chat both. The answer is both. So influence is not always positive. It can actually have the go the other way. People are listening to what you say and they're acting on it. They're telling others and they're getting others to act on it. So, from a place of authentic leadership, you can create, more importantly than influence, you can create positive social influence. Inauthentic leadership is going to create what? Negative influence. People are going to talk about you no matter what. If you're doing anything in life, people are going to talk about you. The more authentic the leadership, the more positive they're going to have to say, and the more they're going to get people to act positively on what you say. So this goes both ways, and we need to be aware of this. Influence is the most important capital you can earn, and the more you have, the more of your dreams you can purchase. So steps to influence. Number one, know your definite purpose and definite plan. Know your definite purpose and definite plan. People need to depend on you and where you're going before getting on board. So one of the first steps to influence is you need to know this information. Know your definite purpose and definite plan. There's a part of me inside that longs, and I want to find the way to get people to understand the importance of the real secret, and to get people to understand the importance of not reacting to the day, no matter what is going on the day, and blocking out this time from 12 to 1, and in that time being present, and in that time of being present, being engaged, and then in that time of being present and engaged, applying these principles to their daily life. Because when I go out and see them in their daily life, and I'm measuring, and they're divulging, and they're discussing what's going on in life, I keep looking back and going, well, there's a formula for that. There's a formula for that. But if we don't dedicate and block our time to actually change our DNA through these steps, we're going to continue to put time, energy, and effort in without the return and outcome that we desire. And the definition of insanity is to do the same things over and over. And nothing changes if nothing changes. So I wish there was a way, and maybe there is, and so I'm going to download the way to get people to understand the importance of being fully present. Because if they want to build influence, they would need to know their definite purpose and definite plan. We've done a bit of work on that. If a person hasn't done that, they're missing step one, and they're missing part of the recipe. Now we're going to go back through this, and back through this. But here's something I want to caution people of. We continue to evolve as a society thinking, I will get to that tomorrow. I will get to that tomorrow. I will get to that tomorrow. It's not going to hurt me if I don't do that today. If I don't eat right today and I don't exercise, it's not going to hurt me today. It's just one day. This information is so vital and so important to move forward in a harmonic tribe where you create what you want in your life, that you don't want to miss a piece of it. Step one to developing influence: know your definite purpose and definite plan. People need to depend on you. Be an authentic leader. To be an authentic leader, you must have what we call and define as Vivo integrity, which means strength or power. To be an authentic leader, you need to have power. Power is influence. Influence is capital. You spend it, you earn it, and you invest it. Vivo integrity is where thoughts, feelings, emotions, words, and actions are congruent. Congruent with what? Whatever you purpose to do. Definite purpose, definite plan. Continuous action and perseverance. Continuous action and perseverance. Step 3, create momentum that others want to be part of. This is the third step to influence. Continuous action and perseverance. If we do not persevere in the things that we are thinking about, feeling, and emotional about, and our words and our actions, and that are in line with our definite purpose and definite plan, if we do not persevere in the progress of those things, then we will not create momentum, and people will not see us as dependable. Continuous action and perseverance in these things. I'm going to give you an analogy, of visual. And then build real connection. In every interaction, make it all about them until they genuinely make it all about you. What does that look like when we're building real connection? The 4Gs: give first, give consistently, give big, and give back. And the 4Cs: care, connect, collaborate, create. Let me give you a visual. When I started this process, this project, this was a big undertaking. It was so much bigger than me, so much bigger than my skill, resources, mental capacity. But for whatever reason, I felt the call. And when I first started, it was like pushing the impossible proverbial boulder up an impossible hill. I put my hands on the boulder and I started to push. Now, people started to come around and they go, look at this nut job. He's put his hands on this boulder and he's attempting to push it up the hill. He's attempting to push it up the hill. But I knew something. I knew my definite purpose and definite plan. The Wevo plan has actually been designed and has maintained its integrity since day one. The only thing that has changed were subcategories to the main plan. The main plan has been intact from day one, 6 years ago. And then I began work on authentic leadership, and I continue to aspire to my total and congruent authentic self. But my hands are on this boulder and people would come around and go, look at this nut job. And then people would come over and go, this is crazy enough. I'm going to put my hands on the boulder and help push. Well, they would do it and it was hard. So they would quit. And then more would come and they would do it and it was hard and they would quit. But then a Heather Ramsey would come, or a David Hockett would come, or a Hank and Sharon would come, or a David Keith would come. And they go, you know what? We're going to put our hands on the boulder and we're going to push. And you know why? You know why they did it? Because they could see that I had definite purpose and a definite plan, that I was striving to be in the integrity of my highest self as an authentic leader. They knew I wasn't perfect. God knows they know I'm not perfect. But they knew that I was striving for Wevo integrity in my authentic leadership. They knew that I would put continuous action and perseverance into the cause. And as a result, we are creating momentum. And all of us are pushing on the boulder. And now all of you and everyone involved is starting to put their hands on the boulder to push it up the hill. The reward is through a period of time, what was once hard becomes easy. And we hit the top and the boulder rolls on its own. And that is the progression of life and business. And we move from survival to stability through the rewards of success and significance. And it's a beautiful thing. But those are the steps to influence. So building real connection. I'm going to get very practical now. Where do you start? In your inner circle. What is your inner circle? Start with your highest. Highest has an implication to it. The word means something. Start with your highest intimacy relationships. Contrary to popular belief, these relationships choose you, and then they choose you again in every moment. You can't choose someone for yourself that doesn't choose you back. So our innermost relationships, our highest intimacy relationships, they choose us in every moment. And you know why they choose us? Real connection, authentic leadership, all the building blocks we've talked about. They're choosing us based on our definite purpose and definite plan. They're choosing us based on our essence. So start with your highest intimacy relationships and begin to either rebuild, restore, or enhance the real connection. I'm going to show you how in a minute. Second, your current tribe. Engage, listen, and give, the 4 Gs and the 4 Cs, and educate and tailor. Educate and tailor. Become the trusted advisor, not by your appointment, but by their appointment of you. If we educate and tailor without an invite, we're only butting in. But with an invite, we now have influence. Engage your current tribe, listen and give. And as they make you the trusted advisor through authentic leadership, through real connection, then educate and tailor. What does that mean? Educate them on the principles and virtues of high vibing, thriving tribe. Educate each individual on the principles and virtues of high vibing, thriving tribe, and tailor it specifically to their wants, desires, aspirations, intentions. Third, open up your life. Open up your life to new contact. Tell the archers at the top of the parapet wall on the castle that they can go on permanent vacation. Let the alligators go free from the moat. You don't need them anymore. Lower the drawbridge and invite people into your life, no matter how much you've been hurt, no matter how much you might be an introvert, no matter how much you may want to keep people out. Invite new contact into your life. You might go, well, I'm doing that, Brett. Then you should have a high vibing, thriving tribe that is just explosive. But subconsciously, are you aligned with consciously what you're attempting to do? Really, really open your heart. And don't be selective and don't prejudge. I want to caution you of that don't be selective and don't prejudge. Allow humanity into your life. The tribe needs every personality, every demeanor, every demographic, because it's an ecosystem and it must have diversity. The process. You make contact. Create a plan to make contact with your inner circle, current tribe, and new contacts. Face to face. If possible, meet one-on-one for 45 minutes face to face and learn what is important to them and how you can support. If you are husband, wife, whatever, in your highest intimacy relationship, the closest, the most intimate relationship of sharing space, time, and energy, the most intimate relationship of sharing space, time, and energy, sit down face to face and open your heart, let go of all the baggage, and take 45 minutes to focus 100% of your attention face to face to learn what is most important in the current unit of time to that individual. And then follow through. Do what you said you would in the meeting and don't stop doing it. Be a friend first and always. That is that's the foundation of it all. It's being a friend first and always. To who? To everyone on planet Earth. I can't do that, Brett. That's too many people. You don't understand then the very simplest of laws. There's only one moment in life you can ever control, and that is the present moment. In that moment, be a friend first and always to whomever is in the moment with you, either in thought or physically. Be a friend first and always. But you don't understand. They've hurt me. It doesn't matter. Friendship doesn't require reciprocation. The law does. The law embodies that. You being a friend is a gift without any expectation, judgment, manipulation, or control. Just be a friend first and always. These are the keys in the process of generating influence. Be a friend first and always. Add value based on what they aspire to or are intentional about. Help them with the principles and virtues you learn here, and then build connections and referrals for them. You're going to build influence doing that. Sometimes people just need a hug. Sometimes they just need love. Sometimes they just need friendship. But sometimes they need new connections, new referrals, and they need to further their business and make some money. Okay? Let's help with that. If you're getting this, you're realizing these are very simple action steps. And as you apply them, you're going to create influence. And influence is going to generate today's capital, social influence. You're going to generate more of that. And with that, you're going to be able to buy everything that you desire in life. So evolve past that, and this is more of a future pacing. Once you have made the decision to be an authentic leader and to grow your influence accurately, consider being in front of small crowds. Not before any of this work, however. At least understand and start applying this work before you get in front of a big crowds, because influence is going to go up or down, positive or negative. And the bigger the crowd, the more it's going to go whichever way. If you're not authentic and know yourself and know your definite purpose and definite plan, you're going to repel. So what am I talking about? If you're on social media and you're posting from an inauthentic leadership position, you are doing more damage to your influence than you're doing positive. Before you get in front of a crowd, align yourself and become congruent with who you are. And it doesn't take months or years. It can be done in days. It can be done in one day. All right, we're going to do a 68-second visualization of influence. Okay, so what I'd like to do is I'm going to set the timer here. And got a timer going on, actually a stopwatch. All right, we're going to begin this 68-second of focus. And all I want you to do is visualize you at the center of your life, at the center of your tribe with influence. What does that look like? Let's begin. So you're at the center of your tribe. You see people all around you, maybe business conducting, people having fun, maybe it's social, maybe it's big, maybe it's medium sized, maybe it's small. You have and you continue to master influence. And so almost visually, you stand just a little bit above the crowd, not in status, but humbly in awareness. You've mastered influence. You're feeling good and the tribe is feeling good. All around you, good vibes. People are getting what they want, and you're getting what you want. And you're feeling appreciated, respected, and admired. And I would add trusted, and there's loyalty. The tribe is listening, and they're acting, and you're an authentic and humble leader. And that's 68 seconds. So the Wevo Aha for the week. Paraphrase, rewrite, meditate on, restructure, make it your own. But from this information today, what I hope is that you at least consider this as an aha. Our influence comes from being an authentic leader that knows who we are, where we are going, and the principles and virtues that take us there. As we move with accurate action, we attract. As we attract, we educate through modeling principles and virtues. As we educate, we align effort and energy for the well-being of the tribe. This is the real secret to getting what we want. And the power statement: I am a person of influence with mastery of authentic leadership. My mission is clear. My principles and virtues govern my steps. I am important, worthy, and open to receive abundance in the form that I am congruent with. I receive this abundance from the power that governs the law of reciprocity, whatever that is to you. You can define it on your own. And I empower the law through the genuine and accurate habits and activities. I apply the 4 G's and 4 C's continuously. Now, as you can imagine, this is only the beginning of influence. So I'm going to give you some play work. And then if Hank and Sharon are prepared, I did not get the slides. So Hank and Sharon, we're probably going to have you verbalize for whatever reason I couldn't connect with them. Just your quick segment. But and then Heather will wrap us up. But the play work for this week, if you're on the slow track, but still powerful, make contact with 3 inner circle relationships and restore or enhance influence. If you can say yes to that on the slow track, go ahead and put it in the chat. Medium track, medium speed. Make contact with 3 inner circle relationships and restore or enhance influence. And make contact with 10 current tribe members and restore or enhance influence. Fast track. Make contact with 3, make contact with 10, repeat steps 1 and 2 daily. Now, slow, medium, fast. If you feel so inclined and you want to make a commitment and a decision to move forward with this process of generating influence, then in the chat, there you go, Jason. I will commit to medium. You got it. Beautiful, beautiful. So make note of the medium there and make sure that you follow through with those. And if you need any help, let me know. If anyone else is willing to, obviously publicly, and you may or you may not, either way, you can certainly do it privately. But if you're willing to engage these activities to restore or rebuild or enhance influence in your relationships, then choose one. And go ahead and put it in the chat. Totally up to you. I'll tell you that I do each week and choose fast track. So I went ahead and put that in there. Medium. Love it, Hank and Sharon. Okay, anyone else that wants to engage there, by all means, please do. Next week, we're going to talk about authentic leadership and the art of connection. We're going to get into some very tactical and practical steps, social media, making contact, and then how to turn contacts into connection, which is the 4 circles of influence, the way I teach them. You have in the process, just so you're aware of next week, there is the outer circle, which is contact. The inner circle, from there, the next one in is database. In from there is connection, and then in from there is your inner circle, higher intimacy relationships. Okay, so Hank and Sharon, are you on the line and unmuted?
We are now.
Okay, very good. Why don't you share some insights on influence and to this week's webinar? And slow, I love it. I love it, I love it, Heather. And low into medium, Derek, thank you. Hank and Sharon, it's all yours.
You know, this week we are focused on that we are halfway through the year and doing those mid-course corrections. And the areas that we focus on are, of course, marketing tactics, but also employee performance, those that are on your team, financial personnel, the wealth advisors that you look to, the systems and processes that you use in your business, and our own selves as well.
I love it. What Hank say?
We will be publishing a blog on this. It'll publish tomorrow morning.
Where can people find that?
SedonaMarketingRetreats.com/blog.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Hank and Sharon with Ulof Creative, and you've got a way to reach out to them and engage them. They have tremendous insights on marketing and growing tribe. So make sure that you engage them one-on-one and maybe sit down and get to know them just a little bit better than what you get on, engaging them in these calls. But maybe take them out to coffee and pick their brain a little bit. I know that they like coffee because Hank had some last night at like 8, which would keep me up all night. So, so I had to have wine instead. But blessings to you guys. Heather Ramsey, if you would go ahead and wrap us up with some great energy and a few insights and a recap as we finish out the hour here. Thank you to all of you for being on the webinar, and I hope this helps in some way. Take 1 or 2 pieces and just be intentional about applying them, and you'll see them. Even if you're not applying the entire recipe all at once, every piece will start to build and build and build more momentum for you. So blessings to all of you. Heather, go ahead and take it away.
The one image that I have in my mind is, as all of us, slow, medium, or fast, the thing is expanding our connections this week. I see the aligned effort and energy. It's that whole piece that I love. You know, you wake the old paradigm, you made a connection yesterday, today your tribe is bigger by one. You're part of Wevo, you make a connection yesterday and you wake up and your tribe is bigger by 10x, because all of us are expanding simultaneously. So I love that image of what we're doing this week. And it makes me feel very good in my body, because it's like way less effort and way more relaxed and way more results. So take that image or take that feeling and run with it, and know that you're never alone, that you've got your Revo pals, peeps, members, guests alongside you, running and expanding this great message and way of being into the world. Have a epic time this week at connecting and building your influence.
Blessings, everyone. Thank you, Heather. Thanks, everybody. What a wonderful, wonderful time.
Thank
Enjoy
you
the
all.
week.
Week.
Be intentional. Be intentional about your connection. And congrats, Heather, on your 2 speaking gigs.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me know how that goes. I'm excited. I love that.
Let us all know.
You bet. One mid-July, one mid-August, but lots of prep right now. They want everything yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.